On what grounds the Security and Exchange Commission commissioner agrees with Ripple? Is XRP going to reach the dollar mark in the coming days? Also, Ripple has further unlocked XRP for circulation. Stay tuned till the end of the video to find out. Welcome back XRP Army. Let's grow the XRP Lab community by pressing the like button and subscribing to this channel to stay updated at all times. So, Hester Peirce, one of the other Security and Exchange Commission commissioners, has stated something that is not directly related to the Ripple against the Security and Exchange Commission case, but she has said something that is indirectly related to Ripple. Because it is exactly what Ripple has been stating for some years now, since when the lawsuit began on December 22, 2020. So, the Security and Exchange Commission just issued one of its accounting bulletins, which is essentially when they announce certain things like measures pertaining to how particular firms should keep track of their accounting records, such as new accounting standards. The Security and Exchange Commission really put out a statement for two cryptocurrency exchanges, explicitly on how they should treat crypto assets from an accounting sense, and it was a response to their concerns. The Security and Exchange Commission believes that because these platforms are essentially holding custody of someone else's cryptocurrency, they should be required to list it as a liability on their balance sheets, in order to demonstrate their obligation to essentially protect, hold, and manage someone else's cryptocurrency assets, according to the Security and Exchange Commission. Initially, Hester issued their own statement on the subject, in which she explained why she somewhat disagrees with it, but she is really making a point that Ripple has been agreeing with for a couple of years at the time of her statement. Due to the fact that she is effectively calling out the Security and Exchange Commission for having lacked clarity, standards, and regulations in the crypto asset area for some years now. According to what she stated, the Commission has failed to offer regulatory advice regarding how our laws relate to crypto assets despite many requests over the years, and as a result, the Security and Exchange Commission bears part of the blame for the lack of legal and regulatory clarity in this area. She is completely correct in every single way. Now, is it going to put an end to the Security and Exchange Commission case? No, but it is another remark from a Security and Exchange Commission commissioner stating that listen, for years, there has been no regulatory clarity, and if you have been following this channel, you know that this is true. So what do you think? Will the Security and Exchange Commission bring more regulatory clarity to the crypto world? Also, XRP is getting closer and closer to $1. It was trading at 86 United States cents, down from 90 United States cents earlier. Despite the fact that XRP has been going lower, the cryptocurrency overall trajectory for the year is definitely favorable. XRP has outperformed several other cryptocurrencies this year, rising 6.41% year-to-date. So, what is the reason behind this? The reason for this is mostly because the news from XRP and Ripple Labs has been really good. As there are a number of things taking place that promise well for XRP ultimate acceptance as a mainstream payment system in the near future. In the long run, this should increase demand for the XRP token, which might lead to an increase in its value in the short term. Also, it may be because the lawsuit is proceeding nicely. One thing that you may be surprised to hear listed as a positive for Ripple is the lawsuit that the company is now entangled with. Ripple is still being sued by the Securities and Exchange Commission, and it is pretty much entirely believed to be winning. Some of the accomplishments of Ripple involve discovering remarks by Security and Exchange Commission officials stating that cryptocurrencies are not securities, winning a series of procedural wins, and having former Security and Exchange Commission affiliated attorneys acknowledge that its case has validity. Overall, it seems like Ripple will win the case, or at the very least will be able to reach a favorable settlement. That is encouraging because it indicates that Ripple will be able to sustain the Ripple blockchain and the RippleNet payment network in the future. Furthermore, if Ripple prevails, it will avoid having to pay the $1.3 billion in fine that the Security and Exchange Commission is attempting to retrieve. The news of Ripple court wins is making headlines in the market, and it has the potential to drive the token price up. And also, the fact that banks are embracing Ripple Network, XRP could even cross $1. One of the most important things that Ripple has going for it this year is the fact that banks all around the globe are embracing its payments network. Several institutions in Israel and Australia have already used Ripple for cross-border payments so far this year, including the Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce and the Israeli Bank of Commerce. They claim that the blockchain's incredible speed will allow them to deliver payments to recipients all around the globe in record time. The ripplenet blockchain processes monetary transactions, but it sources liquidity from the XRP cryptocurrency. As the Ripple payment network becomes more extensively used, it is feasible that demand for XRP may increase as a result of the increased demand. So, what do you think? Will XRP cross the dollar mark? Well, the year 2022 has already proven to be a fantastic one for XRP and Ripple Labs. When compared to other cryptocurrencies, the price of XRP is skyrocketing, and Ripple Labs is receiving free publicity worth $500,000. It seems to be an advantageous moment to be an XRP investor. Also, another breaking news is Ripple has unlocked another 1 billion XRP well. Many cryptocurrencies claim that they provide tangible advantages in the real world. Nonetheless, Ripple has made great strides toward making that objective a reality with its worldwide payment solution, RippleNet, which was launched in 2015. The asset widespread acceptance, along with the asset enormous addressable market, has the potential to generate enormous value for investors. And, it is predicted that the digital remittance market would rise at a compound annual growth rate of 13.3% to $42.5 billion by 2028, as globalization increases the need to transfer money across borders. Because of its minimal transaction costs and lightning-fast processing times, Ripple has a great chance of capturing a portion of this enormous market potential. Because Ripple can complete a transaction in 3 to 5 seconds for a charge of 0.0001 XRP tokens, which is a fraction of a penny given that each XRP token is worth 81 cents, this is a very small price to pay for large amounts of transactions. Well, Ripple distinguishes itself from other cryptocurrencies by forming collaborations with real-world organizations. Ripple provides an enterprise blockchain network known as RippleNet, which is aimed to assist businesses in the transmission of money. RippleNet has formed partnerships with more than 100 conventional financial institutions, including American Express, a worldwide credit card corporation. Its widespread acceptance is an overwhelmingly positive vote of confidence in the technology developed by the creators. So, on April 1st, Ripple took 1 billion XRP from its escrow account, which was divided into 2 payments of 500 million XRP each, according to cryptocurrency fund tracker WhaleStats. It has been revealed by WhaleStats that the XRP funds, which were released in the early hours of today, were valued at about $811.39 million based on the blockchain information of each transaction. However, XRP has plummeted as a result of the unlocked funds. As a result of the recent unlocking of XRP, the price of cryptocurrency has taken a significant hit. The price of XRP has decreased by 6% in the last 24 hours of when the announcement was made, reaching lows of $0.7808. What do you think? Was this a good move by Ripple? Make sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Kindly note that the prices of cryptocurrencies frequently change, so by the time you watch this video, it might have changed to a whole new value. The information provided in this video does not constitute investment advice, financial advice, trading advice, or any other sort of advice, and you should not treat any of the content as such. The content in this video is for educational purposes only and hence should not be considered financial advice. Do conduct your due diligence and consult your financial advisor before making any investment decisions.